Growlers fans, Ben Pokorny, your voice of the Growlers here with Rawlings' finest in the field recipient, Ryan Dykstra, Northwoods League third all-time in single season walks. Ryan, welcome in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you were a wire-to-wire guy in Kalamazoo last year, and how excited are you to come back and kind of defend a championship this year?
Yeah, I'm really excited. We had a good season last year, finished strong, and yeah, I loved Kalamazoo, the fans, and kind of close to my hometown, which is nice. So I'm excited to defend the championship.
So here we go. First clip, late in the season. This was the Kokomo game where we had lost, I think, 6 of our last 8 games. We were really struggling. And this was when Beal hit the walk-off granny. But people forget there was a hero that wore number 14 that tied it at 9-9 in the bottom of the 7th. And here's that clip now.
Looks for the sign from Tompkins. Righty checks.
This guy's voice is annoying.
Dykstra with a rip to right center field. That one's into the gap. Ziegler will score easily. Dykstra headed for
so playing at Homer Striker, I feel like any ball that's in the gap, you're thinking triple right off the bat.
Yep.
And at some point, I think you had like 4 triples in the first 2 weeks of the season because no one could hit a home run at our stadium for a month, and then it was just triple fest.
Yeah, it's unless you pull it down the line, I think I can only think of 2 of them that went out that were in the gaps or center field, and the wind doesn't help much with the wind.
You need to be 6'6" Alex Calarco to hit one out in the gaps.
Very true. Yep. So yeah, once you hit it in the gap, you just got to get thinking triple. There's no doubters at Homer Striker.
Ryan turning the legs, he pulls towards third. Throw is into the
cutoff. Look at that Jordan tongue out pulling into third.
Triple for Ryan Dykstra, and we're all tied at 9 at Homer Striker Field.
And now that the shark fin for fans watching this, that was because of GF, the Growlers official team shark.
Yeah, Coach Pachaki bought a shark, and no one ever knew the celebration was towards the shark, but as long as we knew, that was all that mattered.
I feel like Coach P with a shark last year winning a championship. I don't know how he tops it this year. 2 sharks, a giraffe or something. Just another animal to throw in the mix. Greg coming in to score. Like, I feel like so many guys on this team that maybe people didn't see play in the playoffs, but were there for those last 2 weeks. And Greg had a bomb against Rockford late in the season, I remember. And he was a great dugout morale guy.
Yep. He was fast too. He was super fast.
Yeah. Came in from Rockford the year before. He'd been thrown around the Northwoods League, and we finally got him a ring.
Yep, absolutely.
First offering a 2 down.
So this is one pulled down the line.
Yep. You can still see me running out of the box because you never know. But
that one is deep.
Yeah, we could go back just to show off the hustle that you possess.
Yep.
Takes off, pitch ripped down the right.
Look at that right there.
But I choked that one. I should have done a little something.
He's thinking free.
That one is deep. It is gone. Let it ride. Touch him.
I make up for not bad.
Home run number 1 of the season for Ryan Dykstra.
I remember you having a really good celebration coming across home here. I don't remember exactly what it is.
Here it comes.
You remember?
Oh yeah, you can see me laughing right here. I had it planned all summer. I finally can use it.
A little moonwalk across home.
Yep.
And Dykstra.
Was that planned from the start of the season? If I ever get one out.
Yeah. When we first showed up, they said have a double celebration ready and a home run celebration. So I had the home run in my back pocket though for about a month and a half, and I finally got to use it.
I think this was like mid-July.
Yep.
Nice little. I feel like you'd much rather be a righty at Homer Striker than a lefty for sure. Yep. Except for when you're hitting to the gaps almost. It's kind of weird. You're not going to get power down the right field line, but you're going to find more triples if you're a left-handed hitter, I think.
Yep.
Look at the passion on Calarco's face here.
Yeah, he paused it perfectly.
You'd have thought he's going into battle right now. And you just touched home. I love it. Okay.
Ultimate hype man.
Knuckles the run total. Ryan Dykstra. Deep drive to right field from Dykstra. That one's back to the track, to the wall.
Oh, we got another off the top of the wall.
Dykstra turns on the Jets and heads for second. He's thinking 3. Throws into the cutoff man Atkinson. Play at third. Not in time.
Hustle.
Ryan Dykstra with a leadoff triple.
I think this was. Oh yeah.
Third inning.
Yeah.
It gives us the shotgun Selly.
When I went like this, I threw my pro hitter, went like 10 yards, kind of messed it up a little bit.
Is that what you're pointing at for Steve to go pick up there?
Yeah, so I like spike and then just went flying. But
let's see if we can catch it.
Ryan Dykstra with a leadoff triple in the bottom of the third inning. And it gives us the
no, hard to see, but yeah, that was another one I had in my back pocket.
Hell, based on the reaction, you knew that thing was gone.
Yeah.
Gun Selly. Sparklers.
Now this one.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Was any part of you scared?
Blew this. He was supposed to get that whole half, and he couldn't light a single one. So, but we made it work. We made it work.
Was any part of you like this is somewhat dangerous, or you're all in?
Well, the bottom one kept laying on my like forearms. I could feel it was like a little pinch, but like I had to fight through it. Because the little sparks would land.
Look at Dylan standing in the background, knowing he just messed everything up.
Yep. This is the hardest part. I didn't know if I was supposed to look at the camera, look at the bat, so kind of just act like they weren't there.
We can go back, watch it one more time.
Yep.
4th of July, all the interns in the funky outfits. That had to be a highlight of the summer. The 4th of July BP in the what was your fit for that day?
I had some like compression American flag shirt and like a headband, and I was all decked out.
I remember everyone was going with the wood bats in the last few rounds. I think Banks Tolly had a BB core bat that everyone pulled out and just started trying to crank with.
Yeah, that's when they were lighting the fireworks off every BP home run too, which is sweet.
And then I think the day after we had our one off day in the month of July, so that was also a great weekend.
Yep.
And then the night before this, I think there was this series. Maybe this next clip was the celebration night at home, getting the water bottles out with 5,000 elementary schoolers on the field. Oh, I mean, I love you, man, but we got to talk about this right here. I think you know,
I knew it was a pass ball, so I swung on purpose.
But what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
They called me safe, but yeah, they called me slacking there. I was too disappointed with the swing. I didn't know they got the whole thing on video.
Oh yeah, in our drive, I remember the night of the game. Blake Crawford, our PC director, saved this as Ryan Dykstra being a silly goose.
And then the next game they painted a line to determine out of bounds because they were like, we don't know what's out of play.
So you hit the bag, you're safe, but what possessed you to walk into the dugout?
I was thinking there was one out, so a guy on first base. So I was thinking didn't matter. And
automatically out, yeah.
I'm like, I ran for nothing. And then I was also mad I struck out. So I just
but a hustle guy down to first.
I did hustle all the box. But yeah, I was all out of sorts here.
And you can kind of see and skip.
So I think if they had the lines that they had the next game, I think I technically would have been out of bounds, or like I would have been out. But the umpires were giving us the home field advantage there. And then he tagged me. I'm like, I don't know what was going on.
So one of the last offensive clips of you we have before we get into the Sports Center top 10 reel in the field. But obviously I mentioned at the start, you were a guy that was there day one when we had, I think, 12 guys on the roster in Kenosha, Memorial Day weekend. I remember all of us having the most awkward bus ride in the world because nobody knew each other. You could have had
our own seats too. We were every other seat, and everyone was just on their phone.
You could have a whole row to yourself on a night like that.
Yep.
Yeah. But wire to wire guy, bases loaded in the championship game, chance to extend the lead. What was going through your head going into this at bat?
Just usually the same approach. I seem to get myself in a lot of 2-strike situations because boys been trying to work the count, but I knew this guy didn't have. Yeah, I didn't think this guy had much velo, so I knew if I just sit back on something slow, he wasn't going to blow anything by me. And a bold strategy with the 1-2 fastball down the middle. So
I was going to say, I don't know if he missed his spot there, if he was challenging you or what the choice was, but yeah.
But I'll take it.
I think the clip cuts off before Sprads gets. Sprads gets hosed at third there, but
Yep.
I mean that was kind of for me what like during that championship game, that moment where I was like, okay, we got this. I remember Burke had just gotten out of a tough bottom of the first, and then we came up here and just hung a crooked number on him.
Yep.
Throws to third. The run.
Calarco.
Yeah, I think Duluth was never like, even like with their team and the crowd, they were never in the game. Like,
No,
it was over from like third inning. At least that's what we felt like.
I think it was over after that bottom of the first when Burke got the punch out to end the inning. One of two punch outs in the entire night for him was scoring position in the first. But yeah, now we switched into the defensive stuff. Obviously, you were Rawlings' finest in the field. Was that something you found out through a call, a text, or just when the Growlers posted it?
Actually, I got a text from Coach Brown.
Okay.
And then so I'm like, I wonder where he saw it. So then I went on Twitter. I'm like, oh, they posted it like 20 hours ago. So it was a pleasant surprise that I had no idea what's coming, but it was cool to get that.
Are you waiting for the gold glove in the mail now?
Yeah, they said they're sending a little gold glove. I'm not sure if they're sending it to Kalamazoo or if it's coming to my house or what, but that'll be cool.
We'll put it in your shipment with the ring when you get the ring sent.
I'll place the ring right in the glove. It'll be a cool setup.
But now some defensive stuff, based off that. First off, Meek's on the mound. You got to play good defense when he's out there because he's ready to punch himself in the face to get a strikeout if he has to.
He brought the energy for sure.
Second.
This had to be one of those 11 a.m. days.
Left side, that one is past the glove of Kirkpatrick. Run being waved around the throat of the plate. Right on the money. We'll smell you later to end the inning.
I remember that clip. I got in a little bit of trouble for saying we'll smell you later when we gunned the guy out at the plate. But when you get a ground ball like that to you in left field and you're charging onto it, guys going to the plate, you're getting excited. You have to be getting excited. You're like, this is a chance.
Yeah, when I picked it up, I wasn't quite sure if he was going to go, but when you see them rounding third and you have a shot, that's what you always practice. Like you dream about hosing someone out at the plate, which is kind of for a second I thought I airmailed it, but they got there nice. But yeah, people
definitely saw a lot of airmails at Homer Striker, and you didn't have to look for it. You could just hear the ping off the glass behind. Not from you. I'm just saying it.
Yeah. Even fast balls, the ping off the we did a few plays where it pinged off the glass, went back to the catcher, and we tagged him out at home. So
exactly how we drew it up.
That
was a Ben Harley masterclass as the pitching coach, setting up the play at the plate.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Home field advantage.
From Ryan Dykstra.
Okay, Sal, waving goodbye.
And the little aviators.
Deep drive to
this play. Oh man.
Rather Dykstra racing on there makes a diving play. My goodness.
I remember I was listening to the call that I was saying on that clip, and I'm like, here comes Obi. And out of nowhere, the white flash of Ryan Dykstra diving onto the screen. And that wasn't to discredit you. That was just used to seeing Devin Obi play pretty much every position on the field, no matter where he's set up.
Yeah, it's nice being out there with Obi because anything hit to my left, I'm like, I'll run at it, but I'm just waiting for him to call me off because the only thing he could cover practically all the grass out there. So I was just there for the routines and anything hit down the line practically.
I do notice in the background of the freeze frame we got the burnt patch in center field from a little accident on the 4th of July.
Yep.
Was that a sparkler?
Got the grass a little bit.
Yeah.
Set it on fire. And then, once it gets green, we always seem to have another firework night just to kill all the grass again. But
not your problem in left.
Nope, not at all.
And you're walking away from this really calm, like just big leaguing the heck out of it. But internally, are you like, that was awesome?
Oh yeah, I like those kind of plays, and plus, I think I got the wind knocked out of me, so I'm trying to get the wind back in me. But yeah, it's always fun.
Devin Obi charged onto that ball.
We've also had in these videos, we've gotten to feature pretty much every jersey we wore this season. What was your favorite uniform number? I'm wearing the Mac Daddy shirt right now. Those were fun jerseys. But what was, if you saw a jersey up on the whiteboard in the locker room, what was the jersey that you were like, let's go?
I thought the jugs. The jugs are my favorite, and I see we're bringing them back.
So next year for you and all the guys coming back, and And for fans, the Jug jerseys are now an official Growlers logo that can be worn more than just for 2 games a season. So that's going to be featured a heck of a lot more this year. You'll get to wear them plenty of times, but we're 2-0 in the Jugs.
Yep.
2 walk-offs in the Jugs. So if we're sitting there next season, I'm calling a game and it's tied in the Jug jerseys. I already know how that game's going to finish.
100%. Get a little pump it up going over the speakers, and
oh man,
it's a recipe for a comeback.
I think I could sing you that song forwards and backwards after this summer.
Yeah, every time I hear it now, which is more than you'd actually think, it just brings me back to summer, and I'm like, these people don't understand how often I've heard the song.
or Let's Go Kazoo, blasted with Skip kind of missing a beat when he's supposed to yell "Let's Go Kazoo" into the microphone.
Yep. Even like a week ago, some teachers like, anybody know who Ric Flair is? And
man,
I know.
I say
like,
Kazoo.
They're like, do you know his saying? I'm like, oh, I know his saying. Like, we hear it probably 3 times every game and on the big screen.
I say Kazoo, you say woo. And
yep.
It doesn't matter what point we could be up 12, we could be down 7, and that still will get the crowd going. It doesn't matter.
100%. Yep.
Oh, this was a peach.
Take yourself.
You can hear Wheaton on the broadcast that day. When you remember that play just off the top of your head?
Yeah, one of my games at first, but yeah, I caught it going towards the bag, and with Kokomo, the kid saw I caught it, and I think he just started walking towards the dugout. So I'm like, might as well maybe rub it in just a little bit and take a little jog over there and take it myself. But
you even flashed a little smile there at the end, I think, because you knew exactly what it was, what it meant to just take that all the way yourself.
Yep. Yeah, and Griff was, I think I might have been left in that Griff. Griff's just waiting for me to throw it over there, and I'm like, I'll take it.
And now, after some good defensive plays, just one more clip, just the final few pitches of this championship game. I would say first off, if we just talk over the next 45 seconds of this, it'd be hard to find a better guy than Eamon to have on the mound for this, I think, in this moment for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we were riding him for the playoffs. I think he threw a good amount, if I'm correct, the game before in Wisconsin, or before that. I knew he had a lot of pitches.
I think he started the game in Rapids.
Yep. So he's coming off not much arrest, and I think he wanted to be out there more than anyone else. So it was good to have him finish it.
Well, not more than me. I had the uniform on. I was ready.
You did have the uniform on. Throw you in the bullpen in the 9th for a little relief if we need it.
Bullpen catcher. So when you're running out there for this bottom of the 9th, are you talking to Beal? Are you talking to Tolly out there? Like what's our celebration? What's this? Or are you just trying to stay as calm as possible?
Well, with Tolly out there, you're always talking no matter what. He has got something to say between every pitch, but it was more just, I was confident, but like you never have that good feeling until the game's over. But
yeah,
we were just excited. We knew we were gonna have a big old dog pile, and we knew just out of the whole summer, these last 3 outs, and the biggest 3 outs of the whole summer too. So
yeah,
we're excited.
When Vinny fields that ball, I feel like you look at Beeler, you look at Tall, people are either frozen in time or there's you, or they are sprinting in and just trying to catch up to the play a little bit.
There we go.
And there it is.
Yep.
You haven't started.
That's Beal out and right.
That's
I'm out
Beal
left.
and right. Yeah, you're in left in this game. Yeah. We can run it through again. But the funniest thing to me was that Vinny had the final out in the game, in the clinch game against Traverse City.
Yep.
He had the final out against Wisconsin Rapids and the final out in the championship. And I think he played maybe 4 or 5 regular season games before
he was
the playoffs started.
We were in Rockford, and he had to come to Rockford to be eligible for the rest. So he made a little trip out to Rockford so he could finish the season with us.
Well, he got to come to the Ben Pokorny hometown extravaganza the next day, though, which was the positive
highlight of the summer.
When this bowl's put in play, are you ready to sprint? Because you see,
if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm sprinting because
oh, you're already going.
Oh yeah, when the ground ball to Vinny, it's going to be an out.
Have you watched this clip back at all since, the first few weeks or week or so after the championship?
I think I've seen it a few times that the Growlers have posted, but I haven't really seen everyone's reaction really. This is my first time seeing the group hug in front of the dugout with all the coaches.
Yeah. Vinny getting in late.
Yeah.
Tony, a little late to the party. Tolly must have been celebrating with himself out in center there. You see a young Ben Pokorny there at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, yeah. Can smash it on there.
And Vinny all celebrated, but yeah. But I mean, I think, especially for you, and I feel this too, just being there from a rough first few games in Kenosha and Traverse City, and it was definitely an emotional night up in Duluth after just being the underdogs. For me personally, not being able to broadcast the game, but at the same time, we were all living for that final out. I mean, it would definitely would have been tough, I think, for you especially, and a bunch of guys on the team, but for you who had been there from opening, I think you batted leadoff opening day in Kenosha, and played first, I want to say, that night.
Yeah, I was thinking I played first until B-Rob came.
Yeah, but to go from that night on Memorial Day weekend all the way to this, there was no other way it could finish. This had to be it.
Yeah, it was a long summer, but the bus ride back was totally worth it. All the memories, and even seeing all the front office and the interns there, they made
a heck of a trip
into it than us. They seemed like a home game there with the Duluth fans, and it was real fun. Even at Wisconsin, we had our own little Growler section.
Students, it felt like a high school football.
It did. Section. It really did.
100%.
But yeah, it was all worth it for sure.
Well, Ryan, happy to have you back in KZoo. I'm excited to see you sit down, you and I to talk again. But thanks for sitting down with us. Anything else you want to say to the fans in Kalamazoo or anyone else out there?
Almost summertime, so get ready for another good summer where hopefully we bring back another W and make memories along the way with who knows what jerseys we'll rock this year, or come out and even see us dance. So it'll be fun. Hope to see you all this summer again, and if it's anything like last summer, it'll be a good one.